Hi everyone, welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Cecilia, but I go by the name CeeChronicles on all my social media platforms. Now, if you're joining us here for the very first time, I post fragrance-related content on this channel 4 to 5 times a week. And if that sounds like something that interests you guys and you haven't subscribed, please do consider joining us here by subscribing. Now, to those who are returning, thank you so much, guys, for the continued support. You are appreciated as always. Now, welcome to a Fragrance World Recollective collection fragrances video. And disclaimer, guys, I'm not being sponsored by Fragrance World. Okay, so Fragrance World has released a lot of fragrances this year, and they have, certain groups. This particular one we're going to deal with is the Recollective collection, the one that comes in these bottles, guys. So there is 7 in this collection, but I happen to have 6. So because I've got 6 out of 7, guys, I thought, okay, let's just get this video out of the way. It's going to help you make a decision on which one you need. You're gonna know which one's my favorite. You're gonna know how these ones vibe, and which ones you gravitate towards. So we're gonna start, guys, with White As Tuberose. White As Tuberose is in this bottle, beautiful bottle, Guerlain look-alike, and it's inspired by Guerlain's Musc Ultra Blanc. I do not have Ultra Blanc in my collection, but I'm gonna give you my thoughts on this particular one. For those who want to see the atomizer, that is how White As Tuberose's atomizer is like. Right, so by default I picked this one as number 1, but it also happens to be my favorite from the entire collection, unless the other one that's in the mail turns up and I like that one. For now, this is my favorite, guys. This one, to my nose, is musky, it's powdery, it's sweet. It's also lactonic. It's got like a milk note there, or like a creamy thing going on there that makes it feel a bit lactonic. It comes across as very musky and clean. So it's going to be a fragrance that is not going to shout, if you will. There is a candy note in this fragrance, guys. So if you have the original Guerlain Musc Ultra Blanc, let me know if that one has got like a candy accord, because I do get like a sweet candy note here. The candy sweetness comes across almost like as in like gummy bears. Not too sweet. It's not like a sticky sweet candy thing, but there is a prominent candy thing that I get with this particular fragrance. And the lasting power, unfortunately, for this one is not so impressive. It's a 4 to 5 hour kind of lasting power, but for what it is, duping a mask, then it is expected. Okay, this one says As Tuberose, and do I get tuberose? Maybe because of a creamy kind of aspect there. So that was the first one, guys. White As Tuberose, inspired by Guerlain's Musc Ultra Blanc, and it happens to be my utmost favorite, guys, from the 6. The second one on the lineup is going to be Pose As Rose. Same bottle, red juice, pristine. I like what Fragrance World have done, with this collection. It is very, very presentable. We're going to spray it here, just like we did the other ones. That is the atomizer for Pose As Rose. Now, Pose As Rose is inspired by Guerlain's Rose Cherie. The powdery rose and violet combo. You're going to get that powderiness almost offset. Also has traces of what feels like an almond note there. So it must have almonds, this fragrance. I don't have it in my collection, but I do get almonds here as well. It is more on the powdery than on the sweet side. So semi-sweet but very powdery. So you've got to like powdery scents for you to like Pose As Rose. Though the profile in itself feels very soft, it kind of has like a piercing, almost sharp rose there that can be a bit screechy to some. It's not a favorite of mine, and if it's bang on close to what it's inspired by, then I would say I probably am not missing much. It's definitely not of my favorites. It's just a very powdery fragrance there with like a rosy thing going on around it, and some violets there, and a little bit of an almondy accord right there. Very simplistic kind of fragrance. Lasting power as well is not that impressive. I'm gonna have to say this one does about 5 hours, but if you like this particular profile for what it costs, guys, I'll definitely say go ahead and purchase Pose As Rose. That is our number 2. The third one, guys, is going to be Vanilla So Sweet from the same collection. And this Vanilla So Sweet, guys, is the one fragrance from this particular collection that made me think, wait a minute, should I trust this collection? Is there a hidden meaning to the Recollective aspect of the collection? Whether, you know, they have rebottled some of their already existing fragrances in these bottles, because this particular one was the one that drew a lot of interest for a lot of people, including myself, because this one is purported to be inspired by Spiritueuse Double Vanille. Sprayed here, and I'm going to give you my thoughts. To my nose, this smells very much like their Cocktail Intense, which is a fragrance that I already have, and is a fragrance that already exists within the fragrance world, you know, fragrances. So it just made me think, is this particular line really true to what it's supposed to be, you know, duping these other Guerlains, or is it just maybe like a marketing strategy? Because this to me screams Angel Share. This kind of comes across as a lighter interpretation of Cocktail Intense, which is inspired by Angel Share. And, you know, for them to say this is Spiritueuse Double Vanille, I don't know. I do get the vanilla aspect of it. That is where the similarities, you know, are. And they kind of end there, you know, on the vanilla aspect. But going forward, it just keeps on giving me, you know, Cocktail Intense / Angel Share. When I did the review of Vanilla So Sweet, I did have a couple of people come and confirm that they didn't get Spiritueuse Double Vanille from this particular, you know, dupe, guys. So anyway, it could be that a fragrance world have deliberately done it that way, that some of the fragrances in this collection are going to throw you off, where you rush and you purchase and you're like, oh, they have a Spiritueuse Double Vanille, and then you realize, no, it's not, you know. And it could be either marketing, or they just did it deliberately that way, that, okay, fine, if you say Spiritueuse Double Vanille and you're Guerlain and you say it is our fragrance and it's our bottle, then they give you this one and you smell it and it's not. It's just a bottle that looks the same, but the juice is totally different. I don't know, guys, because some of them seem to hit the mark and some of them just seem to stray. So anyway, same vanilla in here, but I wouldn't say purchase this if you were looking for a Spiritueuse Double Vanille. This is so similar to Angel Share, but a lighter take to it, and it's sitting on our number 3, guys, and it's called Vanilla So Sweet. The fourth one, guys, is gonna be Fresh as Citrus, right? Now here's where that twist you know, comes into play, where I said it could be that some of them feel like and are true to what they're saying they are, and it could be that some of them are just, you know, there to throw you off. Fresh as Citrus is exactly like what it's supposed to be duping, because I have sniffed Guerlain's Le Frenchy, okay, Lavend. The lavender part of this one may not be as identical as the Lavend, but I'm gonna have to say, guys, if you like Le Frenchy by Guerlain, go ahead and buy this one. We're gonna give it a quick spray just for those who want to see the atomizer, but I think by now you can more or less tell that the atomizers are exactly the same. So what do I get from this? This is a fresh, citrusy forward summer scent. This just takes me to summer, guys. If you like your citrus and more citrus, this is gonna do it for you. This must have bergamot, you know, maybe grapefruit, mandarin orange, that sort of thing. But they have gone ahead, guys, to use the leaves as well, petite grain leaves, and I'm forgetting the other leaves, which gives like a lemony accord, to an extent that this is not for somebody who doesn't like a citrusy kind of fragrance, because that is what they're gonna get. An aromatic, spicy, very lemony leaning fragrance, a peppery sage there also mixing, you know, with that lavender. A beautiful fragrance overall, and the lasting power of this is amazing. Because it's a citrus, a lot of people are going to judge it, but this citrus holds its own, guys. This one, I'm going to have to say, is going to be the second favorite of mine, because it's true to what it is. Inspired by Guerlain's Le Frenchy Lavend, is going to be Fresh as Citrus, guys, from this collection. The fifth fragrance, guys, is this one. We have a review of this one, Pepper So Spicy. Another beautiful one. I still don't know what this one is inspired by, but I'm gonna explain to you what I get from this fragrance. Let us give Pepper So Spicy a quick spray here, and then we'll get into it. This, guys, is an interesting scent. It's just perfumery at its best. You know, this is all spices. You're going to get madras, cinnamon, coriander, black pepper, and the chilies. You're going to get a realistic chili note from this fragrance, guys. Very, very innovative in what they did here. And I would very much want to know from you guys if you can liken this to anything out there. If you know of a fragrance, guys, that gives you like a realistic chili note right there, together with like some madras curry powder, feels like an Indian kitchen kind of thing, let me know, guys. But remember that this one dries down a little bit soapy there and a little bit green, so it's the opening that's going to interest you, and it's going to hold on to that curry chili peppers kind of thing for about an hour. After that, it just tends to almost give way to a soft soapy kind of thing going on there with some greenness. So this to me is going to be the third one that I like the most. I'm going to show you again my favorites before I leave. I'd very much, you know, recommend this one. Just try it out if you're a perfume collector. If you're crazy about fragrances, try this one out. It's gonna give you a pleasant surprise, guys, and it's sitting on our number 5, and it's Pepper So Spicy. The 6th one, guys, from this collection is gonna be Leather Soire. Same bottle, different colored juice, this time with like a golden kind of juice. I am gonna spray Leather Soire on my tester paper as usual, and this one is supposed to be inspired by Mimo's Iberian leather. Okay, so we're gonna spray it right there. That's it. That's actually a little too much because this one is the long lasting from the 6 that I present to you here. Leather Soire, guys, is definitely gonna give you that leather, definitely gonna give you like an oudi thing there. But this is another one which I am not exactly sure whether it's true to what it is, because I did check Iberian leather online, tried to look for Iberian leather in person, but they didn't have it in store because I wanted to compare, you know, it with what I'm smelling here. This gives me like a resinous, spicy, bitter cardamom feel there, which I get from Ombre Leather by Tom Ford. So until I smell Mimo's Iberian leather, this I'm gonna have to say, guys, if you like Ombre Leather by Tom Ford, is gonna do it for you. This is gonna also be a fragrance that you like if you like Amouage Interlude Men. So this is Leather Soire, guys, from this collection by Fragrance World. The 7th one, guys, I do not have, as I said at the beginning of the video, but the 7th one is called Dark as Wood, inspired by Guerlain's Bois d'Armenie, right? And the Bois d'Armenie is a vanilla-y kind of incensey fragrance there. As soon as I receive that, guys, I am gonna bring it here and you know, let you know my thoughts, and I'm gonna do a singular review, you know, of that fragrance just to help you out. Otherwise, that's it, guys, for this collection. I'm going to try and bring another collection that they have released. Like I said, Fragrance World is on the roll. I'm not being sponsored. These were purchased with my own money. I just thought to bring them to you here for ease of reference. Oh, and I did say I was going to show you my favorites. Okay, I have 3 favorites from this collection, right? So my number 1 favorite is going to be White As Tuberose, guys, because it gives me that candy, beautiful candy accord there. So that this is my number 1. My number 2 is going to be Pepper So Spicy, believe it or not, because this is so different from anything I've ever owned. Very nice twist there, you know, to use all those spices and make up a fragrance. I think this is very remarkable. And then the last, which is obviously not the list, but we're just going to put it at number 3, is Fresh as Citrus. So those are my top 3 for now from the 6. Otherwise, when I get the 7th one, I will tell you if that one makes the cut. CeeChronicles is my name. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me today. Let's meet in the comment section where we obviously discuss more about fragrances. Are you also intrigued by this collection? Let me know what you think of it, guys. I personally like the collection. I think the bottles are stunning. Turn on post notifications, guys. That way you get to be notified anytime I upload a video. Like and share this video, and most importantly, have you subscribed? If not, then why not? Thank you so much for joining me today, and remember that smelling good is a form of good manners. Cheers.